So, good evening, everybody. Unfortunately, this is Traffic Chronicles. And I say unfortunately because I don't like being in traffic, but I like doing this. I enjoy creating content. It's cathartic because sometimes we have all these thoughts in our head, and we think that people that we know really don't, relate. And social media gives us a chance to, reach a broader audience. So, you meet people that you can relate to, and, you're like, oh, I'm not crazy. So, anyway. But I hope everybody's doing good. Hopefully this will not be a long post. But, I wanted to talk about something right quick. The All-Star game, I grew up loving basketball. I still love basketball. It's kind of like real hoopers. It's just in you. It'll always be in you, and you'll never, you can never scratch that itch. It's just always going to be in you for some reason. So, when I watch the NBA these days, it's so uninspiring. So I don't watch it. I just don't watch it. I don't think they care about the fans. They just don't care. That All-Star game they should be ashamed of themselves. And their excuse is always, oh, it's just an exhibition. We're tired and we just want some rest. When you're kids and you're playing sports, you don't want to come out the game. You want to shine amongst the stars to see who's really that dude. That's the whole spirit of competition. And these guys don't care about it. And it's the media's fault, because over and over we keep hearing how these guys are the best athletes, and this is the most skilled athletes the NBA's ever seen, and this, that, and the other, and how the game has evolved and all that nonsense. And it's just really just propaganda. But, I was talking to my homeboy earlier, and, we were talking about this. This is not just a basketball problem. This is a national problem, because this is how we are now. We just accept crap. We just accept crap because we're so used to what it is. We just watch it. It's like the football. Football is not what it used to be. But yet we watch it every Sunday. I mean, look at the mess that is college football now. This transfer portal is crazy. You basically just have professional football now in college. And I didn't want to just go on talking about this, but it's actually a cultural issue that we have. Our standard of excellence is low. What happened to American exceptionalism, where we take pride in being excellent? We don't care about anything. I mean, just look at our road, look at our infrastructure. But that's somebody else's job. That's what we always say. We've been trained to think so small. People don't even dream of owning things anymore. People actually have goals of not wanting anything, any responsibility for anybody. But it's an indication of our culture, where our culture is in mass. Because I still don't believe that that's our culture, but that's what's marketed to people. And it's like Bane said on Batman: Theatricality and deception are powerful agents to the uninitiated. Because if your eyes are not open to what's going on, to what's really going on, if you can't see it, then, you know, you're going to be deceived. That's all we see. There's a bunch of young people, young impressionable people. You got men today talking about I don't want children, I don't want to get married. That's the weakest, forgive my language, that's the most weakest, pathetic shit ever. I don't want to get married. I don't want to have children and get married. That's the weakest shit ever. Like, what are you gonna do? Play video games all your life? You think you're just gonna be dipping in harlots? Man, my friend, he was you know, he was doing a Bible teaching one time. He said these hoes gonna cost you. He said that. He was doing a Bible teaching. He said these hoes are gonna cost you, and he's right. These hoes are not gonna cost you money. They're gonna cost you your life. That's what they're gonna cost you. But people think this life is a game. It's insane, but it is what it is. You know, we just gotta stop accepting mediocrity, and you know, just, you know, we gotta want something. We gotta demand better. You know, you get what you demand out of life. I don't care what anybody says. It's just the truth. You get what you demand out of life. You know, it's just, oh, that's just how it is. Nah, we'll change it. We gotta start demanding better. I would never pay to watch an NBA game. You know, I wouldn't pay to watch an NFL game. You know, the product that they put out. Look at the Pro Bowl. They just stopped playing the Pro Bowl altogether. And what's the excuse? We don't want to get hurt. Has anybody ever got injured in the Pro Bowl? I don't know. But the attitude of these guys, it just makes me sick. These guys are freaking elitists. They think they're better than you. They think they're better than us. We don't want to play today. We don't want to entertain y'all today. Nigga, that's your job. You know what I'm saying? You're no different than the woman at the counter that has a funky attitude. Do your job. Your job is to entertain. And you know what? It's a privilege to work. That is your work. That's your job. It's a privilege to have a job. You know, everybody should have a job, but it is a privilege to work. Work is good for your soul. It's just, you know, we got to do better as a culture. Really do. I hope that this turns around in the next couple of years or in the near future, because I don't want to see this anymore. I'm tired of seeing mediocrity. I'm tired of bad being counted as good. I'm tired of mediocrity being exceptional. It's not. And then when you call it out, you're called a hater. I've been calling LeBron James overrated his whole career. I've said that he was not that good his whole career. And everybody calls me a hater. But I'm going off of what I see and comparing it to what I've seen and what I was taught excellence is. But nobody else cares. They're just like, well, you know, it's a new day. I don't care if it's a new day. You know, you should get better from the example set before you. You're not supposed to get worse. You're not supposed to regress. And that's what sports is. You know, it's just a steady regression. LeBron James is the worst ambassador for basketball in my life, for any sport in my lifetime. I mean, this man's whole career was a media fabrication. Can't shoot. His footwork is terrible. He's not a competitor. And, you know, these guys come on the podcast. You know, everybody got a podcast these days. That's the thing. You know, and much power to them. It's a free country, but, you know, just because you have a mic don't mean you're not going to have these ears. Because I ain't listening to them. But, you know, they come on these podcasts talking about, you know, LeBron, he's a great leader. And, you know, it's just, you know, he's a different kind of leader, you know. He sees everything on the court, and I'm like, I don't care. I don't care what you're saying. I'm looking at the game, and then they say, "Oh, well, you know, you didn't play in the league, so you don't know. You know, it doesn't matter what you think because you didn't play." It's basketball. It's basketball. People that didn't play coach you. I mean, it's not. What is it? What's a hard topic? I don't know. It's not biochemistry. It's not hard to figure out. You know? You hang your hat on, oh, I made it to the league. You made it to the league because somebody gave you an opportunity. That doesn't mean that you were necessarily the best player or you were the most qualified. That's what these guys need to humble themselves and understand. Because there are a lot of guys that were qualified but never made it. It happens all the time, every day. It's happening right now. In some high school gym, some kid is grinding his tail off, busting his ass, and his coach is just a asshole that just doesn't want to give him a chance because he's hanging his hat on some other punk ass kid that probably ain't gonna do nothing with the chances he gets because he's not humble, because he's given something. You know, people don't, especially men appreciate things they work for. You know, people don't really appreciate things that are given to them. Keep giving people things, they're going to become entitled. We don't want to play. We don't want to entertain y'all today because George Floyd died. Get out of here, man. Or Jacob Blake got shot. We don't want to entertain y'all. We're too distraught. It's the weakest shit ever. And then they're going to put love us on the back of their jerseys. Respect us. Man, that was just such a low. How can you be a man? How can you be a man and come out with that signage on your back? Love me. Bitch ass. You a millionaire, multi-millionaire, talking about love me. I want to spit just thinking about it. And I said I wasn't gonna make these kind of content where I'm just what do they call it, indignation. I'm just so disgusted, but you know what? Thank God traffic cleared up. So this has been another edition of Traffic Chronicles, The Real ISO. So I'll see you later.